What up, YouTube fans? This is Zuby Masters, starting my Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defense ended lobby number 2. Why am I nervous? Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. I'm glad it made it on time. All I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I wanted to help out any way I can. I really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. I lied everything. It's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death to Sarah. Oh. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspaper says it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts, my best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. And in the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He's had a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thanks. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to certain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Handshaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me what the victim's name is. So I know. Glad I read the report cover to cover something. Wait, oh wait, I forgot. Total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're okay? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. There's another victim. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check for any time. often. Do it for me, please, I'm begging you. Mr. Roy, who is the victim in this case? The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? Was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Could you explain the core, or what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. See, the court accepts it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the arbiter to check the court record frequently. Okay, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your clients. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited. He said this should be bad. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were right together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. That's it to you, and what's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what meant by dump. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it! Lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. You can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth all over. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant to this case. No, dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating, out. I'm gonna die. I just want to drop it. Yeah, and when I met her, I thought I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear for everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking so. Next question. We went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, then maybe I didn't. Oh, he went. What do I do? I'll send him a signal. True. Yeah, I was there. Order! Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. Well, she wasn't home, man, so like I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. Oh, on the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saul into the stand. Mr. Saul, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Saul, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw the day of the murder. I was going door to door, selling subscriptions, and I saw a man fleeing in a park. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. When I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed and franked and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Mary, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like this. Certainly, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones don't function normally. Mr. Saul was one of those. Your Honor, I have recorded the blackout. Now, Mr. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What am I supposed to do? Why? What? You're supposed to expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his... Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence in hand. There's bound to be an indication in there. First, find the contradiction between the court records and the witness's testimony. Then once you find the contradiction in evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Record with the R button, then point out the contradiction in the testimony. You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at some time after 4 p.m. There's no body to find at 1 p.m. How did you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saul, why were you certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradiction. Lies always begin to get more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Her testimony again? See, when I found the body, I heard the time. Saying the time. It's probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I'm guessing the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the... Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. Don't crap. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Weller, Vince has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Solid? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait, I remember now, Mr. Solid. The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather My apologies, Your Honor. There must have been a shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Solid. Let's hear your testimony. One more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I saw. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how's this supposed to be a clock? With your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Solid. Hey, I saw it there, okay? It's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted as statue. See, so the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have a problem with his testimony? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying. You were inside the apartment the day of the murder. Yeah, prove it. Prove I went in there. I've done better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the flow triggered the... With the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solid, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about it. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I never. The clock. I heard. No. I saw. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting defense's claim. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound of the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is right. Everything. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Solid heard was definitely this clock. The fact is clear if you simply... Let's sound the... Now, here in this... Your Honor, may I have the clock? I think it's 8:25. Certainly is a strange way to announce it. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely. Comparison between what Mr. Saul had heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saul, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh. What is he talking about? Well, it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right. I'm going to prove that. Damn it. It was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I can't let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saul. Come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Sorry, Larry. There's nothing I can do about it. Not so fast, Mr. Saul. Me, I'm cheap. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw in this one away. Not like this. Think. But gee, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. But we can prove that. Well, yes. That doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking outside the box. Don't waste the time doubting the fact, assuming the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Wait! Maybe I can prove it. Must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and... Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found the evidence to support? Court. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim without a doubt. Tough words. Let's see if you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before murder. As we know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. there, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim had reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sod, or should I say Mr. Did It? Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. Was arrested has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time? Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turned out that Frank Saya was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman and checked to see when people were out of house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw let himself in to do his dirty work. When he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Saw grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battle in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Nick, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean... Bad! Larry, there isn't. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy, he gone, man. Gone forever. Harry, she was a... Never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts missing. Thanks, I really owe you. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Yeah, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, was this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made her one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to cry? Harry. Are you sure? Like, squeeze me? Yeah, I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. You gotta sympathize with me, it's okay? Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that'll prove how she felt about it? Oh yeah, right. Take that! Go, Larry. Proof. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen. Learn. Grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think the artwork here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Oh, speaking of hair, you're saying part of why you became a lawyer was to him. Yeah, part of it at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks. And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and saying, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us unless you count the clock he gave me." I don't know how then, but that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Hello? Is this Maya? Hey, Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. It's all your fault. I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always, there's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. Just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time? It's a clock. Clock? Yeah, it's made to look like the statue of the thinker and tell you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I could probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clock work out. Sorry. I put some paper inside it instead. Paper? Is that the evidence then? There's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. You come by the office tonight, say 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in to a meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I can really go for a burger. Okay, just hit the usual joint. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting for you. Station ordered September 5th. Now, Miss Faye, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Faye, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not versed in my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Faye, I'm so very sorry. I'm afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Faye. Red, white, blue. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over so we could go out all... Blood. Yeah, maybe she's in her office. Blood. Someone's over... Chief! 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 Who are you? Strange girl dropped it out of cold. I left her lying on the sofa. I went back to the chief where she laid under the window. Still warm. And when I held her shoulders, and all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally she was cold. She tired her like this, but if there aren't any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. Thank you. Must be the murder weapon. Glass shards of she's body. Wait. The glass slide standing line in the room. Piece of paper. Calling from Mia's name. Right. Did Mia write this? Piece of paper is a receipt from a department store dated yesterday. I think that's enough to be around. Better call the police. Find out what the girl was doing there. Girl just now. Where'd she go? Her right there on that sofa. Oh, hope she didn't run off. Yeah! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Faye. Maya. I was writing this book. Show her this. I'd be evidence like this outside a courtroom. Before Mia died, she wrote a message in her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name. Why would she write my name? Please just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh. Now I've done it. Better hurry up and call the police. That's funny. Screws on the receiver. Looks like someone was halfway through to Please, come quick. What was that? Someone screamed from outside. She's staring right now. She's holding a phone in her hand. Police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? You got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving an inch, okay? Great, just great. Wait, she wouldn't have. Excuse me. Eek. Word Mia here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this note in her blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer, I'm not. Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Maya's younger sister, Mia, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Mia as soon as possible. Wow, must have poor Mia locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning, good morning. You look so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? That's why I wanted to talk. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. No one could. Who would believe me? When you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. No, I never thought. It's okay, I understand. I've also heard about you. Heard? About me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner, her first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on the edge the whole time. What? So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. Those strike fear into the hearts of evil type. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever go into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I just can't sit by and watch when I think of the person who did this to Maya. I know. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. What's with the outfit? Oh, this is her. She's my uniform, you could say. It's like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? Pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. See, that morning I had a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes. The clock shaped like the finger. One Larry. Could that have been evidence in the case? Right, she said something about it. I remembered. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure her conversation is on myself. I recorded it. Yeah, I forgot how to delete this thing. So you have a conversation with your sister on yourself. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remember that detective took my cell phone. So, oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure. Medium in training. That's right. Fae families, especially the women, have been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was in this stuff too? Of course. She left the mine to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that stuff? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We'll just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. Thought that would be too easy. Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? It's the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I could call him. And well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go ask him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What, tomorrow? Tomorrow. This guy refuses. They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. But visiting hours are almost over. Right. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you like it and stay tuned.